Wicked wild, wild. Wicked wild, wicked wild, wicked wild, wild west. Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this. Six gunning this, brother running this. Buffalo Soldier. Look, it's like I told you. Any damsel that's in distress.
Episode 121, dude.
Oh my God.
It's pretty much the morning time. We still got that we got that deep bass in our voice, dude, from waking up.
Yeah.
God damn, we sound so fucking hot right now.
If I sniffle during this, you got to forgive me.
You got the sniffies?
I got fucking allergies.
Oh, dude.
I forgot how bad I have allergies.
Yeah, man.
All of a sudden I was like, oh, am I getting a fucking cold?
Nope.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm a retard. I get this every single year.
Yeah, I suffered, I would get like sinus infections for years, and I just I was just convinced myself I didn't have seasonal allergies, because I'm like, I don't get those.
Yeah.
And then Brittany convinced me to start taking Zyrtec, and I never have that problem
They
now.
seem to get worse every year.
Yeah.
They seem, yeah.
What's this planet trying to buck us off?
This planet's trying to stop us, dude.
We're fucking fleas,
This planet
dude.
is pretty fucking gay.
You think so?
Yeah.
You're ready for a space station?
I live very, I could live in a space station pretty easy. Just give me a fucking, nice recliner.
Dude.
I could just float in the vacuum.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I've been watching The 100. Yeah, you got a lot of problems, though, when you live in a space station you got to deal with. Air quality, radiation.
Yeah.
And then, space justice is pretty wild.
Yeah.
They just let you out into the fucking abyss.
Really? You walk the plank?
Sort of. They put you in a chamber, and then they shut the pressure lock doors, and they open it up, and you go flying out.
Yeah. So exactly like walking the plank.
But yeah, exactly. Exactly like walking the plank. But they do, It's weird, too. I was talking to my friend. You know how many people, believe that, if you get a tiny hole in an airplane, it automatically, sucks everyone out and everyone dies?
Yeah.
Someone was saying that to me the other day, talking about air marshals. Yeah, you can shoot someone, but if you miss, everyone dies. It's pretty sure a plane could sustain, a bullet-sized hole. There's, a lot of people who are,
probably.
If there's a tiny hole, everyone just gets, sucked out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It instantly becomes a gravitron.
It's like in movies. Yeah, I don't know.
If everyone just goes...
I was just watching The Grey. You remember that? With Liam Neeson when he fights all those wolves? That opens...
I don't know.
Dude, it's fucking sick.
I bet. It sounds awesome.
Liam Neeson's he works at this oil drilling thing in Alaska.
Yeah.
And his job is to keep wolves away and predators and stuff. He's a sniper. And then on their flight back to the Continental,
he's just a wolf
the
sniper?
old lower 48. Yeah, he's a wolf sniper. The plane crashes, and then the survivors have to try to get out, but they land, and a pack of wolves hunts them the entire time. It's pretty fucking sick.
Neeson's there, though.
Neeson survives the
Is
crash.
his gun gone?
Gun breaks.
I would assume
Now
his
he's
gun
down
broke
to-
in the crash.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be a pretty quick movie.
So, yeah, exactly.
Here's dumb wolves. I can kill these.
So what do? They just run from the wolves all the
They
time?
run from the wolves, and the wolves kill all of them.
Except Neeson?
Nah. Spoiler. Yeah, everyone dies. It's pretty fucking sick.
That's pretty cool.
The way Neeson dies is fucking sick, too. He's
Damn,
got those fucking airplane bottles, and he makes, claws out. He breaks them and makes, claws out of them and fights the alpha. Fights the big alpha.
That's not
you
even
gotta see this movie.
It's not even a spoiler. I'll watch that.
Yeah, just to get to
I
that.
could read the script and watch
Stick
that.
around after the credits. That's all I'm saying.
Stop, dude.
Stick around after the
Get
credits.
a little Marvel action.
But what was funny is it reminds me. The reason it reminded me that both the plane crash and the wolves. I don't think wolves have ever killed people.
You don't think so?
I think I read that.
Wolf never killed someone.
I don't think wolves attack people that are alive.
Really?
Yeah, ever.
That would make sense, because they kind of slowly became our friends. Wolves would just circle the perimeter, and we would leave them little bits of food, and they slowly got domesticated.
You know what? I'm not even going to. I was going to Google that. Fuck it.
Someone's got to have died by hands of the wolf.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, there's no reason that. Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
You hear them in every fucking myth as the problem, the big bad wolf and
Big bad wolf, yeah.
St. Francis with the wolf.
what is St. Francis?
There was a wolf that terrorized a village.
What'd he do?
Then he went up and fucking was boys with it and said, everybody in this village better be nice to this fucking wolf. And then they were all friends.
He probably crunched the numbers.
He probably Googled it and was like, I don't think anyone's ever been killed by a wolf.
I have to know.
That's a bold stat, dude.
That's a fucking
I'm taking a shot on that.
Stat. Let it be. Let it hang.
I bet wolves have killed kids that have been left around.
Yeah.
I bet they've killed
hurt
people.
Oh, they've definitely hurt.
No, I'm saying killed someone that's wounded and stranded. Yeah, but I don't think they kill people.
There
like
was
a grown man. I don't think they would. Yeah, but then again, they attack like fucking
what was that Planet Earth thing
bison.
with the cities, and they had like
jaguars in India.
No. Well, did you see the other one where they threw the like African village would throw the bones outside and let like the hyenas come?
Yeah.
And it was like a pact they made with them, like we'll throw you bones, and the hyenas became friends with them.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild.
Hyenas. I think will
definitely
they'll
claim
definitely
some fucking lives. Yeah,
they have, and that'd be a horrible.
Well, that's why
way
they're
to go.
not allowed in the Lion Kingdom.
True.
That's why they have to sit on the edges of the Lion Kingdom.
Yeah.
That's based off
They
fact.
have to stay in the bones.
Yeah, it's based off fact. They have to stay on the bones
That's
where only
facts.
the bad lions, the smited lions live.
Yeah. I'm gonna go down with that ship.
Take it, dude.
Wolves have never killed a guy.
Bam. Done.
You heard it here first. Man, if I'm wrong on this, I'm gonna be. It's gonna be like you thinking they were guard cats. Like
That
this
was
is
a
gonna
bad
be
one.
fully fucking retarded.
Yeah, thinking they were guard cats was definitely a low
Dude,
point.
I have been staying at my parents' house the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got some family drama, dude. You know,
Yeah,
families.
some drama,
you know,
exactly.
families.
Exactly.
Got some drama I got to take care of.
Exactly, dude.
Thoughts and prayers with the Gillis family.
You just gotta gel your hair and get over
yeah,
it, dude.
dude, that's how I live.
Yeah, you just gotta gel your hair and fucking.
Why do I have to gel my hair?
That just makes me think of like Jersey Shore.
Oh, family?
I was just
Yeah,
like,
dude.
my family's
My
stressing me
family.
out.
Dude, but you know what? We all still sit down and pray together. That's
True.
how I know we're a true family.
Family that prays together stays together.
Exactly.
Dude.
No, if somebody tried to pray at my house, it'd be like, what the fuck? Every once in a while, my dad will try to pray, and it's just like, everyone at the table's like, shut the fuck
Dude,
up.
I went out to dinner last night with Bay, her family, and my
With
parents.
Bay's family.
They're at Faye's families at my house, dude. So I got a full house
my
going
God.
too. Yeah, so we went out to dinner with my parents, and my bae loves praying, dude. She loves to pray. So she started Grace, but she did she did a handhold. And my mom goes to church every day, but she doesn't do handhold Grace. So, dude, we're in the restaurant, so I grab like her sister's hand, whoever I was next to, and I try to turn they gave me tartar sauce instead of lemon aioli, and I was like, dear Lord, I try to like transfigure it into fucking lemon aioli. Dude, my fucking bae was none too pleased.
Oh, dude.
I try to use our collective power.
Did
to-
you say that?
I
Did
tried
you
to
make
do-
that joke?
Yeah, I did.
How'd that go with the family?
The family just laughed at me, but Brittany was like, "Will you stop, please?" I was like, "Dear Lord, please, with your powers invested in us, change this."
Lord, come down and change all this tartar sauce.
I didn't go that hard on the Jesse Jackson.
That's so funny. If you did that with her family, you went full black preacher.
I try to use our collective powers to do magic, and I
mean, that's what prayer is, dude. Prayer is magic.
Exactly. But yeah, she didn't like when I used her religious powers to.
Neeson turns on God pretty hard in the
Does he
grad.
really?
Yeah, he's like, "Where the fuck are you, dude?" Rightfully so. Him and his boys.
Yeah, but
you know,
that's so crazy.
plane crash and
That's
then got
so
eaten by
crazy
wolves.
to think like. I mean, it's crazy to like call upon God to save you from wolves. It's like, dude.
Yeah,
you
the
got
wolves
yourself
are over
into
there saying like, "Thank you,
Yeah.
thanks God."
Yeah, the wolves are praying. They're
We
holding
were
hand.
stuck in this fucking mountain. You just delivered us 100 dudes. This is manna from heaven.
Yeah, that is. I've been reading about that a lot. How they're talking about how like religious energy never goes away. So it's like since like God, people would like in medieval times, like if I were trying to like turn my tartar sauce into fucking lemon aioli, I could have been like tarred and feathers or tarred and feathered. People didn't like that.
They don't like that.
So like that energy, that serious energy people put in religion, the arguments that it never went away. So like, you know, the gods, people stop believing in that, but then that energy goes somewhere else. And the thing people have to think about is where they're actually putting that
Oh wow.
their energy into. Yeah, pretty wild stuff to think about. But some of the theories are just like it just went into like health and like the idea of like disease when like they instead of like a demon we have like diseases that plague us and all that stuff. Pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah.
You learn a lot about medieval stuff.
Yeah, dude, I love medieval stuff, but this was really I use medieval stuff as my reference point.
Yeah.
Because I like pin down medieval thought. I have a phenomenal understanding of medieval thought,
Of course.
and I compare it to modern day thought. And dude, we're still in our little cocoon, dude. When people try to think like we're out of it and we figured it all out. All I can do is SMH, dude. I'm just like
SMDH, dude.
SM fucking H.
Some
dude.
guy on this, I don't want to fucking blast him, is because it's a horrible story. Online, he posted his fiance was dying. She's like 24.
When?
And she's got on just this week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she's like dying. She's got like kidney failure.
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah.
or her liver. I forget what the fuck it was. But so she was going through that, and then because of all the surgeries, they were like, "All right, we fixed it." But then because of all the surgeries, like some fucking her brain stem got fucked up.
Yeah.
So she's in like a vegetative state now and she's going to die.
Damn.
So he posts this.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, he typed FML.
No, dude.
Swear to God.
Really?
FML with a sad face.
What the
I
fuck?
couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I mean, it's like, maybe he's in just a weird, obviously he's in a weird headspace.
Yeah.
But like, first off, while someone's dying like that, to go online and post about it, interesting. I mean, you're just looking for something. I don't think
Yeah.
you're making it about yourself. I think at that point, you're just like, anything. Just give me some sympathy right now.
This is a sinister
But then
thought.
to end it with FML,
Yeah.
it's like, I almost responded SMDH, dude. ROFL, dude.
I remember when my pop-up died, I remember there was a very, very sinister part of me that was like, ooh, I get to post this online now.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
All right, Pop Up and 24-year-old fiance, who you've watched struggle through like.
Hey, dude. There's no.
Who's in a vegetative state.
Yes.
He was at the hospital when he wrote that. Probably.
Yeah.
That's
But
fucking.
did he-
I mean, what a horrific.
Do you know this
experience.
person really well?
No, not really.
So,
But you never know. Like,
my thing is, it's
get
like,
back to
be
him.
that as it may, there's always a little part in somebody. Like, do you ever fantasize about like your parents dying?
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
When
So
my
it's
mom
like,
and daddy were fucking being dickheads, like if they die right now, I'll be the king.
I know. So it's like you definitely at some point there's some part of that guy that was just probably like, I can't speak for him, but
I don't know. I bet at that point, like where he was at, was like.
I mean, definitely check to see how many likes he got on that status. I'm just saying. That's the sick and twisted reality right now.
That's fucked up.
It's super fucked up.
FML, dude.
Dude.
The fucking FML threw me off. I read the whole thing and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is sad. Like, fuck, I feel bad for you, dude.
So you're basically like FHL.
And yeah, and then at the end, I was like, oh, fuck H. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, don't even get me started on social media, bro.
What are those, acronyms? Is that what it's called?
I think so. Yeah, an acronym.
Just tossing in one of those at the end of like a horrific story.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
crazy.
I mean, FM. Also, why ML? What about HL, dude? What about her life? That's FHL. Like you were saying, that's FHL.
Yeah.
And to throw it in as like FML, it's a little digital Freudian slip to show the true intention. Possibly. I don't want to speak on
Damn,
it.
you're
Sorry,
really
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, I don't want to speak
I
on
didn't
it.
bring it up to crush him. I brought it up because it was just a funny thing to like.
It is odd.
It's odd to end it with that.
And it is those situations. Definitely a shame. You know what I've been doing that's weird? I realized.
What's that?
I had a meeting yesterday with my supervisor. Dude, I had the most paranoid fantasy of like I'm being exploited. This is ridiculous. This whole place is this evil like money grub and like
Yeah.
which I think things can be done differently. But dude, this was in my head as fact. And like finally yesterday, I had to like sit down with her and we had to like have a meeting. And I was like, I'm going to tell her everything. And as soon as I sat down in front of her, like 50% of it just burned away as like, oh, wait, that was just a paranoid delusion. You're like, oh, I have no proof of any of this. And you're like, oh, shit. And then like, it was just so funny how until you sit down and talk to someone, you can spin up the most like insane version of what you think they're up to until you sit down and you're like, oh, God, I have nothing to fucking base any of this on other than me being a paranoid freak.
I think I'm getting worse with that.
Dude,
I'm getting so
it's
much
crazy.
worse. I feel like when I was younger, I didn't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think about anything like that. And
Oh,
now I'm
dude.
just like, they're fucking trying to fuck me over. They're against me. It's like, no one's against me.
Dude, here's the whole thing. It's like I signed up to that thinking that I'd be able to like after like I did my thing and get people housing, I'd be able to like go visit them like once a month and continue like work with them and doing stuff. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, here we'll take over that and you just keep doing the paperwork, which I still think there's an element to where like I'm giving like the shit end of the stick, like that's undeniable. But as soon as I was like, yeah, I kind of want to drive, and she's like, oh, well, I just assumed people didn't want to put miles on their car, and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of valid. I was like, that makes sense. Most people probably would worry about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I said so many bad things about you to so many people.
I know.
No. I was just sitting there like, oh God, I trashed you so fucking hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was weird yesterday. I was like, God, I probably do that like so much with so many different people that if I just don't talk to them for a while, I'm like, what are they up to? I'm like, probably being a fucking asshole and fucking up everything.
Definitely plotting against me. Like they're even thinking about you.
I was like, this is clearly out. And like,
It's collusion, dude. Everybody's colluding.
but the worst part is so many people think like this. As soon as I bring this up in class, you're like, yeah. And I'm like, yes, I knew I was right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking... I've been reading about all this stuff with like the shadow and projection, and it's like It's bad, dude. Most people, once you really start a lot of people aren't really psychologically minded to where like they think about how they're thinking, and once you start opening that can of worms, it's like, dude, we're like a fucking bunch of balloons floating around. There's like not much rhyme or reason going on with us. It's fucking scary. It is pretty terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I started getting real into, like, the book I'm reading is basically...
That's funny.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's insane. This book, it's all about, like, how to, like, not just ruin your life off, like, projecting all your weird shit onto other people, and, like...
I think that's where I'm at right now.
It's where everyone is, dude, until you start thinking about it. And then the, what the fuck was they talking about? You're talking about like projecting your thing on other people, and also how people just kind of huddle around these weird institutions like Catholic Church, namely other ones too. And they'll I'm just saying they'll be like, even,
as you huddle around your university, clinging to that institution. Same
fucking thing, dude. Where they just get into these weird ideals, and it's like no one gets anything really out of it. No one gets anything that serious out for the most part, and you just kind of show up, and it's just like they say it's idolatry. That's what idolatry is, when it's a false idol. There's no real energy. So I went and saw the author speak with the Spudman not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
He was pretty sick. And the guy
get to Spudman.
The guy likened it to like a light bulb. He was like, just a light bulb itself, if you sat there and were like, thank God for this light bulb, it's the energy inside of the light bulb. And he was saying with religion, that energy transfers to other things, and it's all about like finding out where that is for you. You have like your energy center. So if you go against your energy center, when you're younger, you construct a false self to please your like authority figures. And if you never shake that off, you just go towards things that you don't care about your entire life. And that's where like a lot of like depression and anxiety comes from.
Yeah.
And then you get that, and then your doctor's like, here, take these pills and it'll go away. So then you're able to continue your false self and like walk around intoxicated in this life that like you don't really want to be in. So when you get anxiety and depression, that's your body, it's your subconscious being like, dude.
I'm glad I drove here for this. Jesus Christ. Good God. I'm going to be driving back to my shithole family just like...
Yeah, dude, it gets fucking worse, dude. And then the only thing well, this is not the only thing, but what he urges people to do is find your energy centers, which I think I figured out how to find.
Yeah.
So you have to, if you get, again, I'm sorry that all my theories kind of come down to this, but you get really stoned to the point where you're kind of bugging out, and then start doing activities. And whenever you can do...
So I gotta get stoned now?
Yes, you gotta get changed.
No.
You know what, you're on the right path. You know what you gotta do. I'm saying for someone who feels like they don't know what they
what
like
do I
to
have to do? Oh,
continue your stuff. Yeah, you gotta just continue your stuff. But that's why I was like, you just sit down and do the things that you like to do, and if you're bugging out while you're stoned, that paranoid feeling goes away because you're in your energy center.
Okay.
But that's why if you get really high and go to your job, you're just like, oh fuck. But if you really, really like your job and feel comfortable there, you can be stoned at your job. I'm fucking proof, dude.
I don't know, because I love stand-up.
True, fuck. Doing stand-up when you're high is miserable.
And I can't be high.
That's true, okay. My theory definitely has holes. You sunk my theory.
I'm sorry.
Partially sunk my theory.
I'm sorry.
No, you partially sunk.
I could get like...
You can find hobbies that way.
Yeah.
Don't get high and find your life's calling.
Well, yeah, because then my life's calling would have to be me being like, totally alone. If I'm getting stoned as fuck.
Could be a hermit.
I don't think I'm a hermit, dude.
I know you're not. Yeah. No, that's a bad theory. I'm glad you shot that down.
All right. I'm sorry.
But no.
That was a quick debunk, dude. Took 1 second of critical thought.
Dude, that's how I roll, dude. I'm Alex Mack, dude. I'm a fucking pool of liquid, dude. That's how I am. But that was I'm glad you shot that down. But this guy, who's I guess obviously much more qualified to talk about these things, his whole thing is that, like, so you do go into these, like, false versions of yourself to please other people. When you're, like, when it starts coming down on you, people have these weird crises where they're, like, super depressed, super anxious, and they don't know why. And it's usually if they, like, look at themselves or just living a life they don't want to live.
Yeah.
Which, is basic enough. But he was saying what you have to go on starting off is, like, you got to start, like, being real honest with yourself and really start paying attention to your dreams. Because that's, like, at the end of the day, you have a mechanism inside of yourself that's trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
Through your dreams, which is pretty. So you
now
have
we're
to start.
talking dreams.
Yeah, dude. This is subconscious. This is Jungian stuff.
Dreams are gay,
Dude,
bro.
you say that.
My dumb sisters bought
You say
fucking
that.
dream books when I was a young warthog, dude, and I knew they were gay. When I was a young warthog, dude.
Yeah, well, that's
Dream books, gay. You're getting into dreams and astrology, dude. That's
No,
where
no,
that's
dude.
your realm.
Oh
Now.
man, no. James Hollis talks about this.
James Hollis is a bitch.
That's
dude.
You how fucking
Jimmy
dare you.
Hollis?
Jimmy Hollis is the fucking man, dude. So he basically says that's like that new age stuff.
Yeah.
It's snake
Yeah, it's
oil. It
garbage.
just kind of it's
Sure.
like only you can decipher your dreams. So you'd have to.
Damn.
Dude,
See, Smokey the Bear.
Yes, dude. Think about this. And this is some real weird shit. But so what I've been trying to figure out about myself is my relationship pattern, right? So it's historically been, I just kind of link up, and this is the weird part.
Talk about with bays.
With bays, I have a subtype that I like get linked into. Where like I've dated, the chick will be attractive, she'll be as pretty as they come. The fairest chick in all the land, dude. The fairest in all the land. And it was just
usually not fair.
There have been in the past, but I'm talking about
You had some fair ones?
I had some super fair ones, bro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But they would like falter
How
out.
long ago?
I mean, college.
Damn.
About a decade ago.
Yeah.
I popped in on team like super light skin a couple times in between dating and stuff.
Not great. They're not really that. Yeah.
Yeah. But my thing is, I've gotten a subtype of like, I don't want to say emotionally crippled women, but like high maintenance babes, dude. And that's been that's so far. And it's like, even with a physical attraction, my body somehow.
Let me throw this at your theory.
Go ahead.
All of them are emotionally crippled.
No, dude.
I haven't dated one that wasn't.
I'm talking like.
We all are.
No, but I'm talking ones that need high maintenance. Like
Sure.
Super high maintenance. Almost like, and this isn't like a broad stroke across the board.
Broad stroke.
It's a broad stroke, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like a perverse need for caregiving that links up with a perverse need for attention and care receiving.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's the other way, and the girls are more of the caregivers traditionally in a relationship, where they're like, "What's the matter?" And they're like drawn to like these broken fucking warriors, dude.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Instead, my
They
animal
have
must
to dab with like a wet cloth so
Exactly.
you lay shirtless on the bed.
yeah, I've somehow
Just a
inhabited
broken
something,
warrior.
dude. So last night I have a dream. This is fucked up, dude. I'm just watching, dude. Actually, it was, there's an initial part of it that's not important. The second part was I was sitting there and there was a guy who was just having sex with a quadruple amputee.
Could someone dub this over the Martin Luther King speech? Yo, last night I had a fucked up dream. It was the first part. No, it was the second part. People in the back, boo.
So some guy was having sex with like a quadruple amputee and just like going to town on it. And there
You
was
love nuggets.
There was three. Dude.
You've talked nuggets before.
There was three babes in the tall grass, and the one came with a knife and just slid him down the back. And I just sat in the shadows and was like, yes, yes, yes. And then I had
What?
it was fucked up, dude. And then it morphed into like me on a Skag, a lawnmower, 61-inch deck, and I was trying to put it on this fucking trailer. It was this Mexican guy.
That's more like what you should be dreaming about.
That's when I went back to that was, dude. My dreams go all over the place, and then I go back
You
into
should
this.
be dreaming about landscaping.
So I did.
Pretty
my thing
exclusively.
this is my second. That's the first part of my dream. My second, or that was really
Wait. So you were landscaping when you witnessed this nugget?
No,
murder?
I was just in the shadows, and then it was just like
Then
you know,
it cut to a different
cut
dream.
to
Yeah.
fade to black, and then I'm on a classic 61-inch deck Skag ride behind. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's
Yeah,
like
you said it twice to make sure
so,
to prove that you're an expert on lawnmowers.
zero turn. So I had so I'm riding that onto a trailer, and I'm like, I knew this trailer belonged
Did
to
you
a
hit the
Mexican.
primer on it?
Huh?
Did you hit the primer on it?
You don't gotta ride
Did
it.
your
You
dad
don't-
yell at you and make you bag the front?
You don't. There's no bag for the Skag,
All right.
dude. Skag's too
Did
big
you
of
have
a
to
boy.
fight your dad?
No, I
did your
did
dad
not.
say, "Get off the couch and cut the lawn"? God damn it! I said, "I'm going, Dad." I fucking hate you.
My dad used to inspect. I used to leave a patch behind the sand mound undone every single time, and I'd be like, maybe he won't notice. And every single time, it would be like 6:30 p.m. on summer. I'd just get out of the shower. I'm like, I'm out of here, and he'd be like, "You didn't do behind the sand mound." I'd be like, "Meh."
All right.
So
you're on the
I
Skag.
had to drive the Skag onto a trailer, but the trailer I knew I was like, It was like a single detached home in Philadelphia, like a warehouse setup. And I was like, oh, an old Mexican landscaper lives here. This is in my dream, my thoughts. I was like, this is his trailer.
This is the ancient lad.
It was the ancient lad, dude. So I was like, if I gotta park, I want to park this on. I had to park my lawnmower on this guy's trailer because like apparently that was the only place I could park this. But I was like, if he sees it, he might come out and take off and incorporate my lawnmower. And it was like, who else? He would definitely want to use this fucking sick ass Skag. So I was like, he might take my... So I, like, deliberated on a lawnmower on a trailer for, like, 5 minutes in a dream. Like, if I wake up early enough, I'm like, God, but this guy probably wakes up early as fuck. And I was like... And then the next thing I know, I was upstairs in this house, and I invented, like, a video game system that was just controllers. So there's just 8 controllers, and they project a thing onto a wall, and everyone could just play, like, an 8-person, like, Royal Rumble Street Fighter. It's pretty fucking sick. And so that was the end of it. Dude, pretty fucking wild. Then I woke up like, oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Damn.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. That's communicating stuff to you all the time.
What was that communicating? Invent a cool video game?
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Don't get your lawnmower stolen by the lad?
My unbridled creativity, my weird thing of putting weird stuff on other people that I don't really know. The lad was just a shadow lad. And I was just like, he's going to steal my lawnmower.
Yeah.
That came back to me.
You didn't even know the
my
lad.
Weird thing I haven't figured out yet about my relationships. I'm getting stabbed in the back by I'm the crippled dude. I'm the dude having sex with fucking cripples, bro. I want to put it that way, but you know what I'm saying. On some deep level.
So you're saying
please don't listen to this on surface level. Go deep with this, dude.
So you're saying the women you date are nuggets. They're just armless, legless nuggets that you're just plowing in the grass.
Here's exactly where I'm going to blow your mind. Here's where I'm going to blow your mind. It's not that I'm saying. It's not that they are technically. This is how I'm perceiving them. That's the only control I have.
You're perceiving them as the nuggets.
I'm worried about that. I'm a nugget on some level. Like
you're worried that you're a nugget fucker
on some level, dude. Like I'm seeing the nugget somewhere in all of my bays, dude, and I'm loving it on some deep perverse level.
Yeah,
that's what keeps me up at night.
Who are the bays that stab you in the back? Who are the 3 wise bays?
They were just fucking mysterious bays. I couldn't put a face to them, dude.
What do you think? What do you think that it means?
It might have been my fucking, my 3 split animus. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I got to read more, dude.
Holy shit. You need to stop reading, dude. You need to just go outside. Just take a walk.
It is sometimes all my, like, new reading ideas come to me at once, and I just go, like, oh. And I, like, get, like, fucking, I just start losing my grip, and I'm like, keep it together. Keep it together.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Yeah, it's weirder than you could suppose, dude.
This is one of the first times you've said shit to me where I've been like, all right, maybe slow down. Maybe take a break for a little while. Watch like a Sixers game.
I can't, dude.
Just try, dude. You gotta unplug.
I was talking to Spud the other day, and he was like, wait, he's like, where's the place you work at? He's like, is it in an office? And I was like, yeah, I'm in an office. He's like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's like, what do you do? And I'm like, I just sit there and chill. He's like, I can't imagine you in there.
No.
No.
I mean, I couldn't be in an office.
Yeah, man. I keep a lot of stuff shut away in the office. Although every now and again I'll I fucking crushed our finance department the other day because they're always late with checks. And,
nice. You guys go down and give them the business.
Well, no, I was like, what are you guys going off the Mayan calendar or something? Like, I crushed them, dude. There's no rhyme or reason. Yeah. I mean, I'm like Neeson among the fucking wolves, dude. It's like a sniper coming through. It's not fair, really. But anyway, that's it. That's all. I'm not gonna.
That's all you got. What do I say now? I had a fun time at Magooby's Joke House.
You know what's so funny? When we did the live cast first of all.
We'll cover that in a second. The live cast was exceptional.
I was on stage. I haven't done stand up in so long. When I had to face the fucking crowd, I was like, you were just up there like bang 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 in the beginning, and I was just like, I was fucking at one point, and I was fucking smoking that stupid vape pen. Dude. In the beginning, it took me a second. Thank God you did that story about like fighting the lady in a car. Yeah. Because I was just still up there like,
Really?
On some level, I was still doing my thing, but
murdered.
Nah, dude. When I came at first, there were so many times I was like, "Thank God Shane's talking, dude. I'm about to freak the fuck out." But yeah, dude, that was so. I think you definitely stole the live cast, dude, for sure. In a very good way. There was times where I stopped and went, "Oh yeah, man, this guy's been doing stand up," and I'm like, I could tell this guy's been on the stage, man, because you were bibbing and bopping, dude. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I felt
stand up this week was great. You know what's been funny about like the subconscious coming out?
Yeah,
it comes out pretty hard on stage.
Oh, like, for sure.
With like like if I'm comfortable enough to just start talking, I'll end up saying something pretty fucked up. Like I was up there, I was in Baltimore, and it was going great. And
Sure.
it was with Big J, so the place was packed. And when Magoobies is packed, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking
yeah.
theater is full. And so like middle of my set, I'm just like, well, yeah, everybody's my family's fucking falling apart right now. Like in the middle of this, I'm just like, and then everybody's faking on Instagram like their lives don't suck. Everybody here's life sucks. Everybody here's life sucks. Anyway, and then just back to stand up, like just a moment of like, because the last couple of days, you know, have been tough. So it's like, just in one moment, I was just like, yep, life sucks unless you're dumb. Then you're just sitting around like, oh, at least the Ravens won. It's like your life is garbage. These people, like, I could see old people getting upset. Like people started to be like, oh.
Well, that sucks. If you're that old, I'd be so pleased to hear people start talking about
that was
something
another thing. That was so funny. That's what I said. There's an old dude in the front. Him and his wife hadn't really been laughing.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, he's mad because I'm not telling him he's old.
Yeah.
I'm up here just discovering that life sucks. He's
Yeah.
sitting there like, yeah, dude. Obviously.
Distract me,
Just
please.
make fun of your dick. Like, obviously life sucks. I've known this for 40 years.
He didn't crack at that.
And then when I got to 69 Your Dad at the end, he was like, oh, and he slapped the
Dude,
table.
he needed
it was
it, dude.
so funny.
God damn.
And then what was really
He probably
great,
called his son and was like, son,
son, you got to hear this fucking
I gotta tell you this.
So that these two dudes, these two old dudes, stage right, that I kept making. Sorry, I can't believe I said stage right.
Dude, sorry, I'm still thinking of that kid like gripping his son's arm on his deathbed and being like, what would you rather do?
Yeah, you gotta hear this fucking thing. These two dudes to the right, these old dudes, and I kept making fun of the one guy looked like my dad.
Yeah.
So when I finally did that, I was like, I'll bring you up here and fucking suck your dick, dude. Like this old dude, I was talking about sucking his dick, and then I was like, all right, see you guys, gotta get out of here. And then Jay goes on, and he does a lot of crowd work, and it turned out these two old dudes were gay dudes. These two old dudes to the right that were dying during my jokes, that I was like, why are you guys so cool for old dudes? And then they were gay. They were both married to women before.
That's fucking
They
awesome,
had
dude.
kids.
God damn.
And then they just got married. These two old dudes got married for the last 2 years. And what was really great,
What were they? What was the build you're talking on them? They were big boys.
they were like, Jay's joke before he found out they were gay, he was
Yeah.
like, who's running the tow truck company if you guys are here? Like, they looked like that.
Damn.
It was crazy.
That's awesome, dude.
And they were old. They were old.
God damn,
fuck.
dude. Yo, they probably party with boys, dude.
It was.
You think Kells?
That was one
You
of
think
Jay's
MJ
one of Jay's
Really?
first questions, and then he was, and then when they were talking about his marriage, I don't want to. I mean, this is all crowd work, so it's not really ruining his material. He was
Sure.
like, "Did you like after you guys got married? He's like, "You guys fuck that night?" He's like, "Did you guys fuck?" And they're like, "Well, I don't know. I don't want to say." He's like, "Did you put him in the basket of your hover round and carry him through the threshold after your wedding?" Like, the basket of his old scooter. It was so funny. But what was
God
the best
damn,
part,
dude?
The best part was when they were like, "We're gay. We just got married." Because Magoobies is usually split between half white, half black audience. Black tables went nuts.
Did they
dude.
really?
They were laughing. They thought it was the funniest thing in the world that these were two old gay dudes. It was so funny. Because then it was like, you wanted to be like, all right, settle down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all of a sudden you're like a teacher. Like, all right, calm down in the back, please.
Oh my god.
There's nothing funny about these two guys being in love. And
So they were
people
just like,
"Ah!"
yo!
Yeah. They're like, what the fuck? Like, it was so funny.
God, dude. Well,
Yeah.
especially like you're talking to them. No one had any
No one
idea.
knew. I thought I was the one being crazy, being like, get up here, I'll suck your fucking dick
And
right
they
now,
must have been
dude.
dying.
And they were dying laughing, so everyone else was laughing. Thinking like,
So the fact that came
and
out
then
was
they were
just
gay,
like,
and it was like, what?
that's fucking wild. How did that even come up? They're like, no.
Jay was talking to him, he was like, where are your wives?
They're
They're
like,
we're married. And it was like, what?
damn.
Two old gay dudes down in Beemore.
You think they were just two? They might have been like two married dudes that went out on a double date and saw Chuck and Larry and were like, it's not a bad idea.
Maybe,
And then
but
they,
I think
then they
got-
fell in love for
and then
real.
they started fucking.
Then they started fucking. There was no what's her name? Who's the hot Jennifer Beal? What was the chick?
Oh yeah, she was so hot.
Is that
Chuck
Beal?
and
Am I
Larry.
right?
I don't know if it's Jennifer Beal. I don't think that's
Who did- who was-
Jessica Biel is the name.
Jessica
you're thinking.
Biel. That's who it was.
But it wasn't her.
It was Beal. It was Beal.
No, it was the blonde chick.
No, it was Beal.
All right.
I know for a fact.
All right.
My boy was real into Jay Beal and was like, "Oh my god!"
Wait,
there's a-
Jessica Biel.
yeah, she's at one point she was Justin
She gets
Timberlake's
dressed.
ex-wife. She gets dressed and you see
You
her
see her
butt.
fat
She's
fucking
a
ass.
fat fucking ass, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, that was I think is that still Justin Timberlake's wife?
I don't think.
I know Britney Spears cheated on him and broke his heart.
Yeah,
His
with
little
the kid
mouse
from
guitar
MJ.
heart. Huh?
With the
Stop,
one of the boy,
dude.
the boy dancer from,
That's who Cry Me a River was about?
I believe. This could be up there with the wolf fact I dished out, but I think the one MJ, the hot kid.
Cry me.
Yeah, dude. Which, if Justin Timberlake knew about the kid fucking, that was a
dude.
real. Cry Me a
Yeah,
River
Cry
ended up
You
being
a fucking river, dude.
Ether, dude. That ended up being a real mean song.
That was fucking nasty. Like, that was basically a slut shame. JT slut
Yeah.
shamed. Me, first of all, shout out to that fucking Australian boy for taking down Britney Spears.
And Michael Jackson.
And, damn.
Wait, yeah, this is.
Holy fuck, this guy is like
Hold
the
on,
legend.
think-
This guy's the Highlander, dude.
I think
boy's
that's the
just
legend.
that dude only fucks the best.
I think that's what I heard.
Does that dude only fuck the reigning king and queens of pop of his time?
Yeah, I guess.
What?
I mean, this is too much, dude. I shouldn't even be on the air right now.
You shouldn't, dude.
I'm just giving out fake news.
I
I don't
mean-
know if this is.
That might be Russian propaganda.
This could be. Someone told me. A little birdie told me that Australian kid was the choreographer. He was the choreographer for
Makes sense,
NSYNC,
dude.
and then he was working with Britney Spears, and he fucked her, and that's who that was about. But wasn't that about K-Fed? Who the fuck knows?
No, K-Fed. No. K-Fed
K-Fed's
was
later?
That was that was either
That was
later.
during the downfall.
K-Fed might have been her first. That was her husband.
That was the downfall of Spears.
Oh
No, it
yeah,
wasn't.
that was after she ruined it with Timberlake.
Yeah.
After she destroyed the
Fuck
relationship.
Timberlake, dude. Spears was the best.
Well, and then dude, she met up with K-Fed, and K-Feezy, dude, was that dude was a sick pop phenomenon that kind of came out of nowhere, and everyone was kind of like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah, he wasn't even he was a backup.
He was a
dancer.
rapper.
He was a backup dancer.
He had a
And
rap
then
song.
decided to make
What
music.
the fuck was his rap song? It was about like fat asses. It was like the
Really?
Brazilian word for fat asses, and he just was like, "Humura," and I forget the
Really?
fucking name. Yeah, it was fucking song.
K-Fed was kind of ahead of his time on the fat ass train that was coming
Yeah,
with rap.
dude. Yeah,
I mean,
he-
it's always been there, but
Yeah, baby got back.
yeah.
But he took it to another level. He went global with it, dude. Where he like took it's like Papa Zal. Papa Zal. I swear to God, that's his
Papa
word.
Zal?
It's like Papa Zal. That's Kate.
I was thinking Papa style, Choppa style, Papa Zal, Papa Zal.
Yeah, it was Papa Zal. I swear to God, that's his song about fat
Look,
asses.
The kid that Michael Jackson raped fucked Britney Spears
Cucked,
and Cry Me a River
cucked.
cucked Timberlake. That's what Cry Me a River's about.
And that's what R. Kelly based Trapped in the Closet off of. It's all one big fucking incestuous blur, dude.
wow.
I mean, think about the world that Britney Spears was part of, dude. That was like, that's fucking virgin sacrifice, dude. We just
Yeah.
put them, instead of like stabbing them and draining their blood, we'd like put them in fucking slut outfits at 16. We're like, what?
Yeah.
We're not fucking her. We're just kind of like jerking off to her secretly.
Yeah.
That's a fucking weird, the pop thing is a weird endeavor.
And wolves don't kill people.
True.
Never have. Not only don't.
Never. Not in the
Literally
history.
no guy has gotten killed by a wolf.
Not in the history. I wonder who first laid that fact down to wax.
Me.
It's like thinking about some dude with a feather and a quill, and I was like, something else
You know
I've
what?
noticed. There's never been a wolf fatality. I mean, there's definitely like pit bulls that have killed people.
Pit bulls are worse than wolves. Dude.
I know.
All right.
Oh my god!
I gotta find this out.
You gotta fucking Google your fact and see what's good.
Hit pause for 1
All
second.
right, let's do it. We're back.
I mean, I gotta be honest. I don't think I've been this far off on a cool fact in a while.
Where'd you get that? Where'd that come from?
I have no idea.
That's fucking wild, dude.
I think I've been telling people
that wolves have
that
never
wolves
killed.
don't kill people.
Damn, dude.
Now, granted, there were 3 in North America in the last 50 years.
What, 3 wolf
In all of North
wolf
America.
casualties?
So Canada, Alaska.
Okay. So you're not that far off.
And those are
base.
3. So I'm talking, that doesn't tell whether the person was wounded or it was a child.
It's just wolf attack.
Wolf killing someone. But-
Yeah, I mean,
But the country with the most, this is the first thing I saw, which when I was like, I don't think it's any, and then I Googled it and this stat came up. The country with the most extensive historical records is France, where nearly 7,600 fatal attacks were documented between 12, so the 13th century to
so the
1920.
wolves like the French.
Wolves love eating French people.
That makes sense.
But 7,600 from medieval times to World War One, and I mean those people were fibbing, all right.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, they're definitely putting up low numbers. So you could definitely the odds are in your favor if you encounter a wild
Definitely
wolf.
not zero.
Yeah.
Which is what I was hinting at.
Well, that's a hot
not even
fucking
hinting
fact.
at. Just
I
saying
don't think there's anything that hasn't killed somebody once.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why.
Someone's definitely died as a result of new socks before. Or
Yeah.
like they put on new socks on hardwood floor and we're like, wee, like, whap, dead. Dude, I'm glad you dispelled that. I'm glad you dispelled that on
In
air.
the half century up to 2002, there were 8 fatal attacks total in Europe and in Russia. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. There's Peter and the Wolf.
Yeah, there's all those facts. There's all those myths, I mean. But
Dun, 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 dun.
you know what? I don't believe Wikipedia. Wolves have never attacked someone.
True.
Wolves have never killed. All right. I'm talking predatory, unprovoked killing of a
That's what I'm saying
human.
too, dude. That's what I'm saying.
So, like
Like they don't hunt and eat humans.
ever.
Yeah. Because they know we'd be cooking up. They know we'd be cooking up all that good
Ever.
shit.
That's
dude.
a strong fact. Look, I'm standing by it.
Dude, so I did Ancestry, and then I did.
And the Australian kid definitely fucked Britney Spears.
That's
and that's what Crimea
I'm
River's about.
I'm standing by that, and that's what fucking Trapped in the Closet was based off of. The we did 23andMe and Ancestry,
Yeah.
so I got my 23andMe back. Dude, my girlfriend got hers back, which was funny because she had like 0.2% Chinese in hers. I have like, I mean, I have a little bit of Western Asian.
Yeah.
Basically Mongolian, very like trait. They're saying like my ancestors like 10,000 years ago. Basically, my thing was like, you know, obviously everyone came from Africa, but like my mom's side was chilling in like North Africa, West Asia. Basically, the Tartarians was out in like the people who became like Vikings and shit, and the Celts.
Really?
Yeah, do you know the Gauls are the Celts? I didn't know that. Yeah, the Gauls are the Celts.
Yeah.
So it's like you had those people. So my mom's side was more like north, like way long ago was like, and this is like 0.1% of me, North African out to Mongolian, like Western Asia, pretty much.
Western Asia is the Middle East.
Or like Russia, you know, whatever, or what, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't Russia back then, but I'm talking about just the lands. You know, it was close. Siberia, like Eastern Russia, is close to Western Asia, sort of. But yeah,
What?
Middle East. What, like the very end of doesn't Russia butt up to the Middle East?
Yeah.
Like Uzbekistan and all that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, so I'm saying mine might have been like Uzbekistan, Mongolian types. You know what I mean?
Mongolia is further east. Mongolia is with like China.
way near China. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
So I was like you were saying. I was
You're
more
a
like
fucking
Middle East.
Arab.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
you're Middle East.
But yeah, but back then it wasn't. It was that's what apparently the Tartars were. The Tartarians.
I know you're trying to get out of this,
Dude.
dude. You're full Arab.
No,
Mujahideen, dude. Mujahideen.
the Tartarians. They were.
We should take the foot off the pedal on some Islamophobia for at least a week.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that.
So we'll
New
ease off
Zealand?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna take their guns. Fucking
Yeah. You guys couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
guys don't get guns.
That's funny to buy a gun. You're just kicking around in your living room. You're like, I wonder what I should do with this, and you just hear like, ah, and you're like, fuck, I can't take it.
Got it.
Dude, that is fucking wild.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut off your 23andMe. But
Sure, please. I wasn't going
He
anywhere with that.
other than geography, that was
No.
dicey.
I have something that is funny though. But she was Chinese, and the whole time, dude, I was crushing her. It was so funny.
That's hilarious. She's
Talking
Chinese.
about how Chinese she was, dude. She was like, no, seriously, okay, enough. 'Cause I was like,
I love that
oh,
23andMe.
a chicken, dude. Actually, they said I come from my dad's side comes from royal, like a royal bloodline, Northern Ireland, the Huonil dynasty, dude.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. But dude, the whole time with her, I kept telling her I was Mongolian, she was Chinese, and I was like, I'm gonna invade. I'm like, all I'm gonna do is invade. You're the emperor, and you're like, oh, stay out of my lands. I'm like, dude, she was so fucking mad.
She was getting mad
By
about
the
it.
end of the night, everything she said,
I hear your first impression? You said chicken to her with a Chinese accent. Is that what you just said at the beginning of that?
chicken.
I could have sworn that was what you said the first time.
Chicken.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, the first time you were like, I was making fun of her for being Chinese, and the whole time I was like, oh, the chicken. Oh.
No, I don't
right,
think
good.
so.
Good.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, you thought I was being like doubly racist?
I thought you were being double racist. You're like, oh, I like a fried chicken.
I'm pretty sure you just made that up.
I might have just heard it. I
Although
wanted to hear it.
Koreans love fried chicken.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't say there was anything wrong
You
with that.
said
dude.
it.
I did not, dude.
It's your subconscious.
I knew I
You're
shouldn't have brought up
projecting
race.
your
Dude.
racism on
I
me.
knew I shouldn't have brought up race around you, dude. Well, that's a weird thing I've been thinking about too about YouTube comment sections. How if there's ever an argument for the human shadow, dude, it's like scroll through those things. And it's just people like, fuck, you're a fucking idiot. I hate you. And it's just like, there's just like tons of it on the internet.
Yeah.
We're going to run out of space for it.
All terabytes were spent. All the memory in the world was spent just calling each other faggots.
Yeah, when our society falls, our civilization falls, they're going to find like the one server left where it's like, suck my fucking dick, you libtard fucking retard.
Yeah, I wonder how many gigs of memory are spent just on the N-word typed in comment sections. It's got to be insane.
That's the at Facebook they have their whatchamacallit. They have like their algorithms like more deeply hidden.
There's got to
than,
be a
CIA
building
secrets.
of servers at IBM dedicated to just the N-word.
That's probably the holy grail at Facebook. Yeah. They're just probably like, no, you cannot take this. Yeah, dude, it's got to be.
Because it melts faces in fucking comment sections.
It's got to be
just like the Holy Grail. In the Raiders of the Lost Ark, you open that thing, dude.
How funny was in the Rogan? Did you listen to the Rogan interview with Tim Pool and then Jack Dorsey?
Not the second one.
Dude, Shane, that is. I didn't know what a fucking animal Tim Pool was.
Tim Pool was a psycho.
Holy fuck! He went on. He eviscerated those dudes. Or I mean, it was. They kept trying to like. He would bring someone up and be like, "Oh, that's just ridiculous." Well, and then he would be like, "Well, what about?" Dude, he'll fucking keep coming, and then finally they'll go, "Okay, all right, yeah, I can see your point." And dude, they like it was really good. But
nice.
He at one point brought up like the. He was like, he was talking about like he was like, "Do you guys read DMs?" And they're like, one guy's like, "Not that I don't think I don't think we." And it was obviously like, dude, you guys are fucking lying. Yeah. So then, I don't know how this came up, but he started saying like, yeah, but you know when people harass, he's like, so how do you know if someone's harassing you through DMs? Aren't you guys having to like stop harassment, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I mean, he's like, what about in the case when one person says N, the next person says I, and then he's like, you know where this is going. And dude, it was so funny. He's like, that happens all the time. Like people will just like bomb inboxes and like, vroom, vroom. It's like, dude, it's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
I have a theory on the alt-right and the fucking identitarian left that it's just all, since now we're confronting like racism, like for real. Like before it was just, we were just could like kind of just be like,
just like, sure,
I know it's with a black guy, and like in the early 90s you could totally fucking be at the family party and be like, and like chuck around jokes like that.
What do you mean then?
That like in the early 90s
Come
it was
to a fucking family party with me.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's died off. It's died off.
Yeah.
So it's like when you grow up around that, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, anyone who's ever done anything like that's a piece of fucking shit. And I think a lot of the alt-right stuff is like dealing with racism in a real weird way where like you're just making a joke out of it. Where that's what happens to a lot of people when they're like when you do the Alex Jones voice, you're like, I don't fucking like when they come here. But it's funny, but it's a thing that people are processing on a weird level, and a lot of the left people process it by just being like, he's racist, they're racist, look at them, they're bad, blah, blah. So this is something interesting I thought of. Yeah,
it's the alt-right's being like, it's not that big a deal. It's funny. And then the left's like, you do it. I don't do it.
Dude, exactly.
Everyone's placing blame somewhere else.
Exactly. And then there's some people who are sliding in just being like, no, I really do like this shit. And you're like, whoa, get out of here.
Well, that's the New Zealand dude.
Yes.
He was like a fucking Reddit 4chan.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. Dude, he FaceTimed that. Or he fucking Facebook Lived that. There's video of it.
How many views?
I didn't watch it.
They probably took it down pretty quick.
That was one of the few videos I did not watch.
Really? Is it down?
Somebody was talking about it. I'm sure you can find it.
Oh my god, dude.
Someone was talking about it as like people just huddled in the corner. Like,
you think
a ton of people huddled in a corner, and he's just. But Jay was telling me. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put him on blast for watching this horrific shit.
I mean,
he wouldn't give a fuck if I said it.
For sure. You think Zuck has like a big screen when something big goes on Facebook Live in his screen that he just like he sees in his house?
Probably.
He probably watched it the whole time and was like, yeah, actually he's
that's not good. I was already there, bud. I was sitting there going, no, stop.
How about the one lady like
just 23andMe Zuck in your head, and you're like, actually.
How about Pelosi versus who's the lady Amar Halmi Amar?
Yeah.
How about them having Jewish versus fucking Islam battle, dude?
It's awesome.
Well, how about they keep trying to pass bills? We're like, all right, we're passing another anti-being against Jewish people bill, and that'll be coupled with the anti-Muslim bill, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, she did say some tweet. She like alluded to like
Jews controlling America.
Through money, exactly.
Maybe she's right.
And then everyone was like, she's an anti-Semite, and Pelosi's Jewish.
And the Jewish lobbies were like, hey, go shut this down.
Dude,
and then all the media was like, she's anti-Semitic.
But it starts to all crumble because they're like, no, wait, we need kick-ass, powerful Muslim women. And then Pelosi's like, let's have a meeting. And apparently they had like a truce where they're like, I don't think you're racist. I'm a old Jewish lady, and I forgive your comment. And she's just like, I need to be more aware.
Whoa.
Oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Sorry, I apologize for that.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever. I was trying to delineate between Pelosi and just, it was just character acting. And then Ilmar Abdin was like, I need to be more aware of however the fuck she talks. And I'm sorry, that was bad. But you know what I'm saying, though? It was like, I'm just fucking, this is high drama. But it's so funny now that, like, what they're worried about is like, whoa, who's being racist? All right, we got to, you can still run, but, like, you got to take back the stuff you said about Israel. And then Pelosi now is just like, yes, in a sense, so like super victim where she's like, I've been wronged and I am a Jew as well. And like she goes up and is like, I forgive you. You're allowed back into the powerful girl club. We're going to win now. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you guys doing?
It's crazy.
What are you guys doing?
Have you seen that Rolling Stone cover yet?
No.
You'll love it.
Is it the three of them?
It's all the kick-ass women. On
Yeah,
the
but
cover of the
Pelosi's
Rolling
now,
Stone,
dude. Pelosi's
the leader. She's the lead singer with the girls.
I didn't even know she was Jewish until that happened. Then she was just like, when like Ursula fucking grows. Dude,
Sounds like
she
a
was
WAP.
Yes.
I guess she's probably married. She's probably married a WAP, dude.
Hey.
That's a deadly combo.
Yikes, dude.
Jew-wop, diddy-diddy-dum, diddy-doo.
Yeah, dude. But so Amar Abdin was like, thank you for forgiving me. I can't believe my first thing was just like,
I know, you went full of boo. And then the Muslim one was like, thank you, come again, to Nancy. And like Nancy was like, I'm a Jew.
I know, dude. I know. Have pity on my wretched fucking soul, dude. As soon as the voice came out, I was like, oh shit, no, wait. I've heard her talk before.
Dude,
she doesn't talk like that.
Rolling Stone, dude. Women shaping the future, bro. Yes. Those are the most kick-ass women, dude.
Yeah, and right now they're just being like,
They're
okay.
fighting each other. Instantly. They're like, no, you're bad. No, you are.
Well, apparently
Dude, how funny is it to be like, yeah, we got to get some kick-ass Muslim women in power. And then right away, it's like, death to Israel. It's like, all right.
I know.
It wasn't that bad. It's just how much you meant.
I mean, dude, you've called this 1,000 years ago. We're talking about the open mics that you had that one lady who was like, and I love automatic weapons. And you're just like,
So
everyone's
great.
like, whoa, wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, it's fantastic, dude.
But,
I mean, if we live in a future in 20 years that's just utterly salvaged and like brought into the light by women, awesome. We all win. I'm going to take the fucking call on that one. I'm gonna call. What's that called? Like a call on the stocks?
You're gonna bet the under. You're betting the under on that one.
I'm gonna bet on the old incessant infighting.
Yeah.
Just like anything else. That's the funniest thing when like women are gonna save society. It's like, I guess, like what's your guys' big plan?
Yeah, the future is feminist, dude.
Future is fucking women,
Future's
dude.
so fucking femme right now.
Oh my god, dude!
I can't believe how
girls.
fucking femme the future
Everyone's going to trans to girl.
It's been
dude.
so masked.
It's only going to be girls.
It's been so masked for so long.
Oh, dude, it's
I'm
crazy.
so sick of our mask.
Also,
society.
if they end up like we have a bunch of women politicians who like do it right, it's like you guys got to sit back in the fucking passenger seat and watch everything unfold for millennia. So it's like you guys have the fucking playbook. It's like, yeah, okay. So you're like running the last fucking little bit of the race.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, even if you guys do win, it's like, yeah, we fucking did the hard part, so yeah, whatever. We fucking we got it to where you could be in charge without all of us dying. So
I woke up at 8 a.m. today and I was like, I did so much hard work to get our society
dude,
here.
So many dudes died, so many in like war, and it's just literally like we should be in charge. It's like, oh, okay, after like much of the bloodshed, it's like, okay, yeah, sure. But either way, I mean, I wish that
you know something funny?
Just unfair.
Some dude on Facebook posted this Breitbart article after the.
Sick, first of all.
I know. I have some wild friends on Facebook.
That's not even that wild.
Posted a Breitbart. Yeah, it is. He posted an article. Basically,
it's no different than posting BuzzFeed. It's the same thing. It's fucking nuts. The shit on Breitbart is nuts.
People posting like now this and
Breitbart, it's the same fucking
BuzzFeed,
thing.
it's like, all right, you're retarded.
Exactly.
Yeah. But this Breitbart did an article after the New Zealand thing.
Oh god.
That was like, yeah, that was pretty bad. but no one's talking about all those Christians that just got murdered in Africa.
Dude, they all...
And it's like, dude, it's literally, it was fucking an article that should have just been Irish are slaves too.
Yeah, and that's all. That's all.
Like, dude, this was.
That's what they're doing right now with when anything like when whatchamacallit, fucking you don't hear about this guy at all anymore, but Jussie Smollett. Yeah. After that happened, they're like, yeah, but there are a lot of real hate crimes, and it's like, will you guys stop fucking pivoting on every piece of news? Yeah, but we are still right. Yeah, sorry about that. It's like, will you guys shut the fuck up?
Yeah, well, because it's impossible not, because it's like, yeah, there is some truth to it,
and it was also viral too. So you got to still stay viral, and you're like, no, I don't want to like report on this. And you're like, what would the people I write to love? And
what would the alt-right white nationalists that read this love?
Yeah, be like, oh yeah, Christian mass murder, and like,
we got killed too. Yeah, no one's talking about us, even though it was African Christians. But it's like, yeah, obviously nobody's.
You think the Breitbart photoshopped the fucking like the dudes in the African massacre? It was just like a bunch of George Washington copy and paste. Like,
dude, you could tell me about a massacre in, any African country right now, and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
sure, that's real,
dude. Any massacre I read about anywhere, I just go, Every time I read it, I just go. I saw the New Zealand one. I saw the headlines in my little like news thing that comes in my email, and I was just like, "Oh, New Zealand." I just kind of looked. I'm like, all right, down there, right?
How about that?
Yeah, and then I was just kind of like,
that's why it got so much news.
Well, they instantly
this is a Western country.
Yeah, that's true.
It's. I mean, obviously, it's not in the West, but you know what I mean. It's a fucking European-based country. Yeah. So it's like, if there's a massacre, it gets covered.
It gets covered pretty quick.
If there's a fucking massacre in the Sudan, not really that crazy.
Well, until a person from like, New Zealand or England goes there and it's like, holy fuck, there's a massacre down here, and they're like, dude. Then people like change their Facebook fucking profiles for like a week, and they're like,
This is a rough one.
What was the Facebook? What did people do on Facebook to say like to commemorate
Africa?
No.
Oh, I didn't really see too many Facebook profile changes.
They didn't put like a gun circle /
No.
Yeah.
But it's like that was a rough one.
That was fucking horrific.
That's a rough one.
I did again, dude. I'm not a gun nut. It's just people are gonna build fucking bombs. So it's like the Middle East is like, talk to them about
gun control. Talk to the
Middle East about gun control. Yeah, then you fucking build a bomb and just blow up an entire building.
True.
So it's like, I mean, I'm not arguing one's better than the other, but people are like, we need to get rid of guns. It's like, there's still a dude out there fucking stewing and being like, I gotta kill as many of those people as I can. And where there's a will.
Yeah, but...
And some manure.
You got to be pretty fucking smart.
You got to be pretty savvy.
Figure out how to build a bomb.
True.
Secretively.
True.
Especially in today's society. Like, they'll track... If you're saying crazy shit on Reddit, they're going to be like, why is he buying 800 pounds of manure right now?
You'll be flagged so fucking fast. Dude, don't even get me started on the CIA and Google.
But then just to buy a gun.
True. Well, you can buy as many guns, really, as you want. Until you come up on, like, if you're, like, stockpiling hard... And you can, it was weird. If you start like, so if I were to like, I was actually
stockpile pretty fucking hard and be like, I'm a collector. You're just not allowed to have like, now bump stocks and then like, I forget what it is, like clip, like I think extended clips and like.
Well, there's got to be a thing where if you start buying, you go into a registry. So if you start buying a lot, they probably start monitoring your, like, dude, if you think the CIA can't zero in on every single person in America and just like see what you're up to at any given time on your computer, you're false. You're wrong.
You are fake news.
You're fake news, dude. I was reading that book I'm reading about. It's from a Harvard lady, this other one. And basically the CIA watched Google and Facebook build, and they were just kind of like, we'd like this. And they just teamed up, and it's like documented on the record, and it's like those things that's like Google, Facebook, the CIA sat back and let private industry build a surveillance state for them, and they were just like, we're going to plug into that, thanks. And it just is that way. So we're fully 100% surveilled. So if you start buying weapons and then you go into chat rooms, like fucking if they see the all caps like go on your keyboard, they're like, send him out there. Fucking, he's about to blow.
He posts a fucking Pepe the Frog meme. It's like, all right, we got to keep an eye on this fucking retard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
Oh, the guy. I want to know. Like,
I'm not anti-gun, by the way, but I know you're not. I understand I totally
If
understand
someone
both
shot
sides.
me and all my family, I'd be fucking pretty hard at it. I'd be like, fucking these things are no good.
Yeah, but then, then I hear some maniac rant like, hey, if we go to war with the government, we're going to need those guns.
Well,
And it's like, yeah, all right.
dude, that's the
I'll
other
fuck with
thing.
that,
That's
too.
the other thing. I fuck with that hard, man.
I haven't fired a gun in years. Like, I would
So what, dude?
Doesn't
It
help
would
me.
come right back to you, dude.
I would join the government.
You would join
I'm
the
excited
government?
for the government.
They don't
takeover,
want you, dude. All they want to do is subjugate you.
No, they want me.
Do you think the government's going to let you sign on? They'll just subjugate you,
They're going
dude.
to see the royal
They're going
blood.
to use you to the last minute when they all jump into the breakaway bunker. They're just going to go shut the door on you and shoot you and just fucking get in.
Where are they gonna shoot me, in the
Drop
head?
dead. Yeah.
All right,
in the
I'll
fucking-
take it.
You'll take a shot.
I would have thought I was winning the whole way until the very end.
That's
dude.
pretty true.
I'll have 30 seconds of God damn it.
Yeah, but
You know?
they might be kind and sneak up behind you.
If
Like,
I
Shane,
don't
hit
even
that
know.
button for us real quick
Yeah,
and
if they
shut the
letting
fucking
me.
bunker door. And you're like, oh, God, I can hit that.
Yeah, man,
Nah,
I'd
dude.
go with that. But yeah, the live cast was
Ooh.
that was fun. Spud and Okani, the showdown, dude.
Ooh, that was big time, dude.
That was big.
Damn.
Okani was stunting on fucking Spudman. He brought his bay down, his beautiful bay.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Just
Connie came up.
flaunting it in Spudman's face.
Connie came up and started fucking. He was crushing on stage, having a good time. You think he was flaunting Bay?
He did flaunt bay in front of Spud. I saw that.
A little arm candy.
Yeah.
Dude, did you listen to his last episode?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Thinking about O'Connor fucking
Contact
going
is
home.
so funny.
Thinking about him going home and like blasting Adele while his girlfriend's infuriated and he's blacked out is the fucking funniest
Dude, he used to do that
thing.
here all the time. He would come home
my God.
blacked out and put Seeger on up to, as loud as it could go. And I'd be like, dude, Seeger fucking sucks.
He put on night moves.
He would put on Like a Rock. That's Seeger,
Oh
right?
my god, yeah.
He's like, you gotta listen to this song, man. It's actually like real deep. I'd be like, dude, this is a Chevy commercial. This sucks. Like a Rock sucks.
What was funny because Sid the Kid was saying like
Black
O'Connor
out and dance.
when he's drunk, his disposition like doesn't change that much, and he just Sydney was like he just gets really nice out of nowhere and like starts like grabbing me, and then he just blacks out, and it's like all bets are off, dude. It's so funny.
I think the Spudman had a couple cocktails.
Spudman is probably sucking him
I
down.
think I saw the Spudman either fake punch the walls or punch the walls over at Helium.
He's probably dude. He saw
Spudman
Bay.
got. He said, "Dude, it
saw
was
Bay.
so fucking funny." He saw O'Connor with Bay,
Yeah.
and he looked at Billy and was like, "And he's got Bay, and he has fucking Bay." And started like swinging. I was like, "Dude." Oh, and then just having those two stare at each other.
Oh
just
my god,
just looking
dude.
at a mirror.
It's like two dogs.
It was amazing.
Oh, it's so fucking
Me
funny.
and Billy were like two guys at a dog park, like, introducing Spud and O'Connor. I'll be like, mine's nice. He's like, mine's nice
Mine's
too.
friendly.
They're both friendly, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, the O'Connor blacking out because he has such a, like, he looks like he's not a fucking lunatic.
Yeah,
Like,
for
O'Connor
sure.
looks put together.
Well put together.
One of the more disheveled, out of control people I know.
I know, it's just so funny. That's so fucking funny.
But yeah, the cast was a success. We got fucked up with everyone. It was great.
It's on Patreon.
Yeah, I think it's going to stay in Patreon.
Yeah, I was gonna put it. I was thinking about throwing it just a little bit of meat to the pack of wolves, and I was like, nay.
Nay, dude.
Instead, they get this, which is fair.
We should. Maybe we could put the last live one up, the YouTube video at least.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. No, we don't need that either.
Nah, dude.
Nah.
This is our inner. This is the fucking inner sanctum of treasures, dude.
Yeah, man.
You can't get in.
Yeah, unless you have $1.
Exactly.
Then you welcome.
Someone who the fuck was talking about having $50? Did you see that?
Robertson.
What's that guy?
Fuck, I think Robertson.
Yeah, he's like, I gave you guys $50 the last 2 months. I can't get a shout out. I responded. Did you see my response on Patreon?
No,
I was like, this ain't the fucking Clinton Foundation, bro. There's no quid pro quo here. But then I was like, instantly, it was like that Saudi Prince pressure where I was like, that is a lot of fucking money.
That's a good Patreon,
I
dude.
guess I'll fucking shout this guy out.
He cut it. He cut funding.
Did he?
Cut it. I think he cut it in
All
half.
together?
No.
Cut it in half, dude. You're still a fucking
You're still a
donation leader,
baller.
bro. Like,
yeah,
what the
you're
fuck?
still a baller.
I mean, that's again, it's like that. I was like, now I feel like when the Saudis give you like $2 billion, there's
Yeah.
no way you're fucking not being like,
We'll turn the. Yeah, we'll
there's
look
no way
at
you don't hit him up. You're like, why are you guys giving us $2 billion? Like, do you want something? Like, I'll do it. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's a lot of fucking money.
Find his name, dude. He needs a proper shouty.
Yeah, Twitter has a.
I think he yelled out at the live cast.
Did he?
Yeah.
So damn, this guy's like.
It was towards the end. It was a blur.
How about the one guy in the live cast who he like tried to yell something out, and I forget what he said, and I'm like, no, let him explain himself. It maybe just came out wrong and just got like worse and worse. And I'm like, dude,
dude who said something.
Well, it's funny when he started saying something that was actually like racist like that. The whole crowd goes like, whoa, 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 easy, man. We're all having a good time, dude. We don't need these fucking. We don't need New Zealanders sneaking into the fucking mix, dude.
A couple Fijis, whatever.
You don't need fucking New Zealanders, dude. That's a new fucking term for when alt-right dudes just go full barrel. Like, well, dude, I thought we were kidding, man. What the fuck?
Play the Concords.
What if it was that, dude?
It probably was. I think there's like 10 people in New Zealand. Well,
so it's Travis Robertson. Travis Robertson, dude.
Well, now.
That's a shout out to our Saudi prince, dude.
Travis Robertson, continue to bless us, dude.
Dude, that was so
please.
Yeah, my response was
that's our lobby, dude.
My response was like, I don't scope numbers like that, nor do we condone quid pro quo. This isn't the Clinton Foundation. Then I told him, I was like, dude, you're the man.
He's a lobbyist. He controls us.
Yeah, dude, we're basically in this guy's pocket now.
Yep.
So
we're corporate puppets, dude.
It's been fun while it lasted.
It was fun.
Yeah, I was reading our email, by the way. I haven't checked in forever. There's people like, yo, just to let you know, this $5 donation, or it was like $5 or $2, like, it is on thin ice, and I could take it at any moment. It's like, dude, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, I don't care. Although he might have been kidding.
Unless the rebellion is sparked.
I mean,
we're
dude,
left penniless.
But I don't give a
back
fuck.
to where we started for the last 2 years.
Exactly, dude.
Exactly where we
dare
were.
you guys to burn it all down, dude. I don't give a fuck. You think I'd do this for that? I'm watching Shane squirm right now, dude.
I'm trying to find something funny to get out of this.
But yeah, I'm still working on the alternate Patreon project. I went on Craigslist today to try to start contacting merchants to read the myths, and no one had a phone number.
Contacting merchants to read the myths?
I'm going to read, yeah.
Oh, Craigslist merchants.
Yeah, so I'm going to Craigslist merchants, and I'm going to read the myths and then buy what they're selling.
Yeah.
And then just, either keep it or donate it, depending if it's trash or if it's usable.
Nice.
If it's trash, I'll donate it to
You
the
could
poor.
donate to the Patreon, dude.
True.
We should start doing that.
Little lottery?
Whatever you buy, yeah. Whoever's.
That's not a bad idea. There was a NASCAR duffel bag I was eyeing up, dude.
NASCAR
and it was
duffel
funny
bag
because there was like
is sick.
several other duffel bags listed in the same area. So I was going to call the guy and start being like, "Are you this guy listing all these bags, bro?" He had an LA Fitness bag, a NASCAR duffel bag.
NASCAR duffel bag's awesome.
Dude, the one guy has just a computer bag, and his picture, it's like up against, he has it displayed against like hanging from a chain link fence, and he took a picture. It's like $5, serious offers only. It's like, dude. But yeah, my other, I'm tinkering with the idea of a Patreon Q&A, dude. Just email questions. Your boy fucking will read them.
Dude, people selling shit is like one of my
so fucking
friends. One of
funny.
my friends who fell on hard times was trying to sell this mirror in his office, and when he took a picture to sell it, it's just him in a computer chair taking a picture of a mirror.
Oh, that's
looks
so
like he's just
fucking
taking a selfie. It's like mirror for sale. It's just him in a chair.
Help me. This is a help me. Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
Where are we at? You got
An hour, bro. Yeah, an hour and 6. Dude, shout out to Shane for fucking coming down.
Oh, bro. I knew I was going to be home for a little while. I knew the boys were hungry.
Oh my god, this was great.
Had to leave the family in the lurch, dude.
Dude, you are fucking Nielsen, dude. You fucking got out of the plane. Someone took your gun.
I said, I got to get these dogs, got to get these boys something to eat.
God damn, I'm
You know
glad
what I
you
mean?
did that.
Yeah.
I'm happy we got this.
This Thursday, March 21st, I'll be in Worcester, Massachusetts. Come out to that. It's for a good cause. It's for like a recovery thing.
Oh, really?
So I think people, yeah.
For drugs.
Yeah.
They're fun, dude. They're fun shows. I had to do one the one time
Yeah.
with Deezer. It was a blast.
So it's
I showed up in camo cargo pants, dude. I was like, that was a weird challenge. I was like, there's no way I can do a show in camo cargos. It's the NA show. I was like, these guys
Definitely.
They
Everybody
had
in there's
no
wearing
problem. But
yeah.
I rolled up and they're just like, oh, look at this
nice
guy.
slacks. It's a good pair of slacks. So yeah, March 21st, Worcester, Massachusetts, at some Woo-Ha-Ha comedy club, something like that. March 23rd. Oh, never mind. That's just a.
What is it? Is that
the
is it
Ace
2 drink
Hotel
minimum?
in New York? 2 drink minimum at the recovery show. Yeah, a lot of Shirley Temples. March 28th, I'll be with Buddy Harris.
Damn.
We're gonna get a show with him. We'll get him on.
Nice. And Guy Schiavis, I think,
In
has you booked,
Lansdale.
dude.
Schiavis has me. What's Schiavi got?
Schiavis has you a May, dude.
All right. Schiavi. Oh, March 30th. Shippensburg Comedy Club.
That'll be big.
I need that one. So come out to that. March 30th, March 21st, fuck it. Just come out.
Yeah, go to Shane Gillis Live. What's your website?
No.
Dude, you can get fucking thousands of views.
No. No.
I said no.
What's really funny, you can go to, I think it's either ShaneGillis.com or ShaneMGillis.com, I think.
Yeah.
I had to, like, submitting for this thing, my manager was like, you should have a website,
You always
so it
have to
looks
have 'em.
good.
Sure.
So it looks good.
Yeah.
So I built this website on, like,
Squarespace.
GoDaddy.com.
Yeah.
It's so gay.
That's, dude. I have
It's like black and white pictures of me doing stand-up.
It's awesome, dude.
It's
I
rough.
checked it out. I'm on every day.
Yeah. Oh, you check it out. I haven't
That's my
updated the
homepage.
dates
That's my
since I
landing
made
page,
it.
dude. I bought mattmccusker.com, and since I've been trying to sell it on GoDaddy auctions, and someone said it's worth $700. Worst comes to worst, you can always sell your
Who
name to
lied to
someone. You can always sell your name to someone more successful than you.
Yeah, true.
So hopefully there's a Matt McCusker out there that's killing it that I
Dude,
can
if
be
there's a
like,
Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker that are killing it right now,
we could be millionaires, dude. All we gotta do is wait for someone with our exact name to like just take off to the point where like, who has it? Just, dude, give them fucking 50 G's.
Yeah.
Just get me that fucking hyperlink.
that's what I'm banking on in my life.
Dude, I went to GoDaddy. They appraise your website, how much they think it's potentially worth. MattMcCusker.com, $750. I almost sold it, dude.
That's what you should start doing. You should start buying up websites
They're all fucking
of
bought.
inventions you think are going to come out.
What, like fucking console-less video games where you just play with the controllers and it projects on a wall?
Yeah.
And the
.com.
way it played, it was like Mortal Kombat, but it was since there was so many people, first hit, you lose, on to the next people. That way it keeps the party going.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. At the end, I like chose not to. I was playing against Brittany. She was getting mad that I was beating her, so I didn't hit. She didn't hit. We had a draw. It was like remember Mortal Kombat when it was like friendship,
Yeah.
fatality. It was like that where like there was like balloons, and then I woke up and was like, whoa,
Oh, my God.
I gotta take a dump.
All right.
But yeah, do that. Also, what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, I also put my research paper on the
Oh, I heard.
a very, very light research paper. It was only a
My sister
5
told me
pager.
you did that.
Yeah, dude. Butterly asked for it. I don't want to put all the other ones up there. The other ones are pretty bad. But
What's
yeah,
wrong with the other ones?
they're just retarded. They're just like shit I had to submit at the last minute. I don't stand behind them. This one, I stand behind this one. It was good. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
No, I got nowhere to be.
True. That's true.
It's your call.
I'm in a fucking butt rush.
Yeah.
And I knew it, dude. I
I
knew once I got into this trance, this time would go away.
Yeah.
And once we start potting, I don't care about anything.
we were
dude.
flying.
This is definitely one of my energy centers, dude, for sure.
I was looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I was like, things suck. This will be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got to sit down, talk to the shaman.
Yeah,
Learn, dude. Learn about my inner self projecting onto other people.
dude.
Which
That's
has
what
been
a
a
lot
problem.
of
I'm a real dickhead to a lot of people, just out of maybe insecurity. I don't know.
That's what it is. Well, that's initially in relationships. What happens is you don't know this person, so you just fill in what you don't know with all of your positive fantasies, and then
Usually negative fantasies.
or your fears. You'll be like, I know what you're up to, and you're like, don't do this, and like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that, and also a lot of that stuff. And then when the fantasy girls do it a lot too, where they'll do like I guess guys too, but they'll like build a fantasy of you as a dude, and once you step out and once you break their fantasy projection, that's why girls are always trying to like fix and control, like, why don't you wear this, why don't you do this, because like they have this idea of this dude and they're just trying to mold you into it.
Yeah, which is funny because when you're starting, you're like, oh, that's what you want me to be?
Yeah, you're Dapper Dan, dude.
This is who I am.
Exactly.
I'm real cool.
Exactly.
I would never do that.
Exactly,
And then
dude.
once you start dating, it's like, you fucking bitch.
I mean, that's the fucking what is that? The Aphrodite, Psyche, and who's the other guy? Eros myth. The guy he was the god Eros, or Cupid, however you look at it. And the young fucking Psyche fell in love with him, and he was like, "You can never truly look at me, and we'll be fine." And she looks at him. He's like, "You dumb bitch! I told you not to look at me." And he floats back up to the heavens, dude.
Floats back to Bay Heaven.
Yep. Pretty crazy stuff.
Interesting
dude.
stuff.
Pretty
Interesting
That's
stuff.
all we'll say. We'll just end with going. Pretty crazy.
Praise the Lord, I was born to drive boat. Feeling like Slash in front of the chapel. I'm lean back with the less pull. Shit I smoke is like cholesterol. Spilled dressing on the vest at the festival, the best of all. Had a midget Puerto Rican at my beck and call. Best believe that there was neck involved. Fuck around and almost wrecked the sub. We took gas.